from God to the woman. The word from God to the woman is that you are going to produce your own deliverance. Your deliverance is going to come out of your own womb, out of your own spirit, out of your own barrenness, out of your own vacuum. He says you are going to birth a deliverer. And in order to birth it, you must be prepared to push. If then a woman does not develop within the complexity of her own spirit a tenacity and a resolve to push, she will never receive the things of God. You can be feminine, but you dare not be too passive. Because if you become too passive, the enemy will walk in and out of your life at will and take whatever he wants to take. There is a war going on. Look at your sister and say, girl, you're in a war. The prophecy says there will be enmity or conflict between the woman and the serpent. There is a tenacious ongoing conflict between those two entities. Now understand something about injustice. You don't have to fight when there has been injustice. If you continue to walk with God, I don't care what the devil tries to do to you. If it kills the flesh of you, the blood of you will cry up out of the ground. I'm so glad to know that the battle is not mine, but that it belongs to God. And if I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battles, victory without me operating in my flesh, victory without me becoming hysterical, victory without me having a nervous breakdown shall be mine. Touch somebody and say it shall be mine. Now the enemy knows that you want it. And anytime the enemy knows that you want something, that's where the warfare is going to be. He will try to wear you down with weariness and discouragement and disappointment and forlornment. He wants to beat you down so low that you give up on the promise. But I came to tell you that there's a prophecy hanging over top of your head. And in spite of everything you went through and everything life took you through and every mistake you made, God has still opened his mouth to bless you, and no devil in hell can stop the word from coming to pass in your life. Look at somebody and tell them, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. He's after the seed of the woman. Not just the woman, he's after her serum. He's after the male child that she shall produce. Now notice then in Exodus, when the Pharaoh heard that God was going to send a deliverer, he did not send out a decree against the woman. He sent out a decree against her men. He said to the midwives, when the Hebrew women go into labor, if they birth a girl child, let them live. But if she produces a zero, choke it to death and destroy it. Oh, but devil, you wait. You wait, and a man named Moses was born, and God sent a deliverer. Tell somebody and tell them the devil wait. That devil thought he had you, but every now and then God will open up a window and bless you in spite of your circumstance and in spite of your situation. Tell somebody and say, I'm still going to get it. Even Jesus Just because you're not walking around with your nose stuck up in the air trying to be cute. They'll think that you lost your mind, but some of us didn't come here for that. We came here to receive something from the Lord. We didn't come here for a pageant. We came here to put on our tennis shoes and march into the enemy's camp. Praise the Lord for us. Come on and give God a praise tonight. Look at somebody and tell them I didn't come for that. I don't want to hear no gossip. I don't want to hear no foolishness. I don't want to get in no war with you. I don't have time to have a cat fight. I didn't come here to play a game with you. That devil is trying to destroy my house. He's after my mind and my marriage. And I came here to do warfare in the name of Jesus. Somebody shout out. Now you must understand this. Everything that you have ever gone through has been preparing you, getting you ready for what God is going to do in your life. I mean the good and the bad. The ugly things, the painful things have been the catalyst that God is going to use to usher you to the upper echelon of spirituality. If you have not endured anything, you cannot produce anything. Some of you have been wondering all of your life, why did you go through what you went through? And you've been running around with a big question mark on your head. But if you hadn't gone through what you went through, you would have never learned how to worship God like you did. If you hadn't gone through what you went through, you'd still be walking around with a limp wrist trying to be cute and impress people. But after you've been through hell and high water, you don't care what anybody thinks about you because you want a blessing and you don't care how much it costs. How many radical women do we have in this house? Touch somebody and tell them I'm not leaving till he bless me. Whatever it takes, I'm willing to do it. If I have to lay